Good afternoon, guys, and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces, and happy 2020. Officially, I guess it is like 2020. Yesterday it was, but today is actually the first day of the new year. So guys, I'll probably keep today's vlog also a little bit short, but me and Matthew ended up staying up really late because we were playing the Madden 2020 game, which Jack got for Christmas, and because we were playing the Madden 19 game, and then Jack really wanted to get the Madden 20 game. I think that's what it is, but he wanted to get it because one of his friends has it, and like a lot of his friends now aren't playing the 19 anymore, you know, because everybody gets the new one because it's a new year. Like, honestly, I feel like the like all the sports games, they can make a lot of money because every year everybody always wants that like updated stuff, you know, and that kind of thing. And so, you know, I just I'm sure it's like a huge, like, you know, they make a ton of money off of, you know, a new game coming out every year for NHL and NBA and, you know, the NFL and stuff like that. And so, you know, there's probably a lot of money that's involved in that, but like, you know, they had the one from 2019 and like we're still playing it and everything like that, and I think they'll still kind of play both because like Matthew has a couple friends that I think are still playing like Madden 19. Jack has, like I said, a couple friends that were playing Madden 20, but then also some that are still playing Madden 19. And so yeah, but anyways, Jack wanted that for Christmas, so he actually ended up falling asleep out on the couch because he ended up staying up until like 6 in the morning, which is not how late I am staying up right now. But honestly, all of us have been like going to bed at like 4, you know, I think yesterday I went to bed around 2 or 3 in the morning. Jack went to bed around 6 in the morning. Tonight, me and Matthew are going to bed around 4 in the morning, and Jack went to bed probably, fell asleep maybe closer to like midnight or 1 o'clock. But after the time has started to get to about midnight, I was like, it was maybe closer to 1 o'clock. And then it got closer to 2, and I was like, you know what? Dad's getting up for work at around 3 anyway. Normally he takes a shower, and I was like, I don't want to be in the shower and then, you know, wind up like him getting up and then having to, you know, leave for work, and then me being like, oh sorry, like I used all the hot water, you know, something like that. You know, or like the fact that I'm taking a shower and he can't even take one at all, because, you know, he has to be somewhere. So it's like, Matthew, let's just like finish playing. And so Matthew, actually, I was kind of like starting to get a little tired, but Matthew was like, you know what, I'm gonna play the story mode, because I guess Madden 20 has a story mode, which I told you guys last year around Christmas, Matthew got the NBA game, and I was like, wow, the NBA story is so good. Like, I wish all sport games like had that, because I think he was saying like that, I think this year might be the first one that like Madden's done a story mode. And it was really cool though. I really like the NBA one. That, you know, the Madden one wasn't like as great, but NBA game really, like, your choices impacted like a lot of like what ended up happening. And although I didn't play it, watch Matthew play it, but I told you guys I love video games for like the stories, and just like how like free and sometimes like open like some of the stories and stuff like that are for a lot of like, you know, games and stuff like that, you know, things can obviously like change based on player, you know, input and stuff like that. And so that's why I think they're so cool. You know, if you don't wind up, you know, finding this thing or getting that or whatever, you know, obviously then that kind of stuff can wind up changing or having an impact on like the game or the story and stuff like that. And so that's why it's really cool. And like I said, that's probably because I'm not really good at a lot of video games. Like Matthew and Jack just seem to be naturally gifted at like being able to literally pick anything up and be like figure out how to play it. I have a few select like genres of games that I'm good at and can play, and like I really, honestly, my probably like go-to games would be like the Bethesda games, Minecraft, anything Lego related, which is like anything that is simple for the most part. And like the Bethesda games aren't super simple, but they're also not insanely complex, and because it's very like open world and like, you know, I don't know, like I just feel like they're easier, especially too because I've played them for a while, so I've figured out like, I mean, they don't play the same, but they play roughly kind of the same. And The Sims, like those are probably my go-to games. And so like, you know, we play like the Madden games more as like all 4 of us will wind up playing together and stuff like that. And I think I was maybe even telling you guys that. But it's just kind of like, you know, we did that with NHL too. I don't remember which NHL game we had, but I think we had like 2 or 3 of them. And we would do that like a season or something like that, and like be on a team and then try and get them to like, you know, whatever type of, you know, playoff or whatever. And then the same thing for like the Madden game as well. And so we would do that, and like I said, now we're kind of doing it more with the Madden games, whereas we only over the last few months, like we used to play them maybe a long time ago, but not really recently. So we've started playing a little bit more recently. But honestly, I feel like it's actually helped me kind of learn a little bit more of some of the players and actually where they play, because like especially Madden 20 is totally up to date. And so I was like, oh yeah, like I know that person. Matthew didn't know Trey Flowers was on Seattle. Like I knew that actually, because I was paying attention to the Sunday night football game. And but Matthew was like, oh, I didn't know that he was on Seattle. And so yeah, but I learned that from actually watching the football game. But you know, like there's a couple players that I was like, oh, I didn't even realize like that person plays on that team or whatever. But yeah, so I just really like the stories for a lot of games. Like the Madden game, I don't think I'd ever pick up and play by myself. Like I just I don't know that I'm that type of person that would like do it alone. But I like the story, and like I said, I like the NBA story. I thought it was really cool too. Like, you know, last year's NBA story. But I don't know that I'd be able to like pick up the game and just like start playing it and even be good at it too. You know, like know that I'd be able to like, you know, like enjoy it too, because I'm not, you know, like if you don't really do really well at a game too, you get frustrated a lot of times, and then you're like, oh, like this just isn't fun. You know, I'd rather watch and see the story with watching Matthew or Jack play, who are actually good at video games, and figure out, like I said, like be able to see the story. The Madden one, he was really good, but in the NBA one, I don't know what he had it set to, but he was like an average, you know, like he's like, obviously in the Madden one, he looks like way above, like that, but on top of that too, he's been playing it for like forever. Like he had it all the way back when we had a Wii. Like he used to play like the Madden games. Even before that, I think we had Madden games for like, the PS2. But yeah, anyways guys, so we stayed up super late doing that for, like I said, kind of my fault, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll just stay out here and like watch this and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, I'm out here too late. And then I decided that it was way too late and then I needed to be in bed. And then I realized that I wasn't going to be able to, because my dad has work tomorrow, which originally I knew he had work, but I wasn't like originally thinking like that he would have to work tomorrow, because I was like, oh, it's like a holiday, you know, everybody's still on vacation and stuff like that, and like Matthew and Jack don't have school. Like didn't even cross my mind originally. And I was like, you know what, no, he does, because he went to bed early tonight, and my mom had said something too, and I was like, yeah, now I'm up until 4 in the morning, which guys, I need to try and like, honestly, after this week, I think I need to try and get back on track, go to bed early, get up early, and you know, get to cleaning some stuff too, because our house has just been like a complete disaster. Like I've barely done a load or two of laundry, barely done a load or two of dishes here and there. You know, my dad ended up doing dishes today, but like, I mean, stuff is just like, it just seems like after Christmas, it's just like everything is like a disaster. And I feel like it takes me several days to get back on track after Christmas. And last year was bad too, because I had that stomach bug and everything. And this year, it's just like, you know, normally Christmas tends to just spiral things out of control. And then on top of that too, we have family party, which I believe is on Saturday, I think, like a family Christmas party. And I was like, yeah, now that is just gonna be like all kinds of, you know, we're gonna have more stuff, and we're gonna have to make things, and for, you know, probably for bringing over, and like all kinds of stuff. I was like, this is gonna be like, you know, it's like Christmas doesn't seem like it ends even after it ends. You know, it's gonna last for another like week or two. But Jack does go back to school, but then Matthew has a whole nother week of break, and then he goes back to school. So yeah, and then that's when I'll probably finally start to get my butt into like gear and get some stuff taken care of that needs to be taken care of. But anyway, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.